right, so it looks like Destiny's bad week just keeps getting worse. There is an individual from, I believe, Destiny's Circle named Sherry. It says Destiny has blocked her and banned her and people that are supporting this person, right, from his community. So, you know, our good friend Stephen Benelli, Destiny, Tiny, that's Tiny, apparently is doing is now doing this. She says, I have not done anything besides asking for an explanation, as I was assured this was something he didn't do to me. Now, when I wasn't given one privately, I spoke publicly. Apparently, this is another one of Destiny's flings on the interwebs. There is a little bit of talk here in relation to this, and now that Stephen Benelli is under fire, it's time for the whale of commentary to go ahead and finally burn that bridge. Never mind the fact that Destiny has been doing corrupt, immoral things for years. He still had that pull. Never mind the fact that Nicholas DeOrio, the arbiter of truth and justice in the almighty network, who is going to lecture you about what good and bad is, Dogpack 404, Rosanna Panzino. Yeah, that's the guy everyone trusts. And big corporate YouTuber over here, right? Backstabs everybody. Yeah, now that it's time to backstab another creator, if you want to even call it that, right? Now that he can't carry water for Stephen Benelli, now that he has to put down his broom shamefully, now that it's safe, rather, right? Because that's what it is, you know, with people like Xylee, Chris the Narc, you know, those are the lower brass, the shitter tier, let's call them. And above them is the top of the shitter tier, which is Lyrix, right? Who is still not admitted to being a lolicon. But we just forget about that. We pretend that doesn't exist because you know what commentary stance is on lolicon. It is absolutely unacceptable unless you're Lyrix. All right. So again, love the consistency. I love it. I can see why they worshipped Tiny so much. Anyway, DeOrio finally decides now he's going to attack Destiny. He's going to go now he's going to say the truth about his internet daddy, because I mean, like, let's be honest, Destiny practically committed a fucking crime at this point, which is not good. You do not commit crimes, all right? Committing crimes is not good. Somebody made this comparison to when Ethan Ralph, you know, the Ralph male, went ahead and released Revenge Prawn, you know, and they were like, Ralph could get away with it. That means Destiny could get away with it. You know, it's not good when now it's like, oh, he's an innocent man. Now they're going to, well, Ralph got away with it. Surely Destiny can. So you see the dynamics are changing. Holy. Man, it's just good guy Destiny isn't so much a good guy Destiny. And DeOrio and the network have kind of been exposed. They've exposed themselves for only caring about their bottom line, for being too scared to call out the truth when it's going to not benefit them, essentially. His own words, okay? His own words. He admitted this. He said this, okay? Self-preservation, he called it on his Reddit-like posts on Twitter. His copes, right? He even admitted, yes, this was partially for self-preservation. My poor internet cloud. What do you think would happen to Nick DeOrio if he lost his internet presence? Really, if you've seen what he looks like, probably wouldn't be a good life. But he wouldn't be able to bully anybody anymore. He wouldn't be able to go after that low-hanging fruit. He would become the low-hanging fruit. Anyway, going on to DeOrio now going full force against his former E-Daddy. One of his former E-Daddies, Destiny. He says, Destiny's co-host has issued a statement regarding her leaked messages. Notably, this was released with all parties' consent. You know, so we got this here. I want to highlight one important thing. I'll read this, and then we'll come here. All right. So this person said, I never looked into the leaks and reached out to Pixie because I was concerned for her well-being. After I spoke with Pixie in person, she made clear a desire for me to bridge the gap between her and Steven, and her desire for as little attention on the leaks or anything identifying her as possible. Both my involvement and my silence were at Pixie's request. My greatest concern this whole time was her well-being. Well-being. I've never been interested in shutting down the combo about this topic, only mentions that narrow the questions who have been leaked again at Pixie's request. I explicitly told her to leave the comment up, yada yada yada. Upon learning of the leaks and Pixie's potential involvement, I investigated privately, contacting Aaron. I then spoke to Pixie and Steven in person separately. I never defended, supported, or minimized Steven's sharing of Pixie's intimate images. Most of my conversations with Steven about this topic were in person and confrontational. I fought with him and advocated for reconnecting with Pixie. My mediation for Pixie ended when she opted to reach out to Steven directly because I felt unable to navigate her monetary requests. I viewed him as genuinely remorseful in acting to fix harms he had done, which is why I remain in business. I learned of the allegations against Sherry yesterday. I support her and Pixie's decision in the lawsuit charges. I paused Bridges' release, canceled guests, and will evaluate business relations as I moved on. I asked Steven for information. Here's the thing, dude. Kiwi Farms, receipts upon receipts upon receipts of Destiny being a scumbag. I know you grifters browse Kiwi Farms. Every grifter inevitably browses Kiwi Farms and then takes credit for them. Turkey Tom, Mutahar being the prime examples. Turkey Tom made a living out of it and then passed himself off as a documentary guy when he is not. Mutahar decided to take the shot at Keffels when Kiwi Farms did all the work and was ahead of him for about, 1 or 2 fucking years. Big corporate YouTube right there, and you gotta love it. So I know grifters like deorio, like all these other people, because I've seen people try to be charitable to deorio, be like, this was actually his angle. His angle was, and it was something along the lines of having empathy. If you are a realist, if you are seeing this as a realist, Nicholas Deorio has little to no empathy for anybody. The fact that he's still continuously going for low-hanging fruit, like that's been his MO. All right? That's been his MO. Going after tards, low-hanging fruit. All right? Never mind the irony in like somebody that looks like him and lives the way he does with mommy and daddy still to try to bully anybody on the internet. Never mind that, all right? Let's just completely disregard that for a second. Like, his entire character is not to have empathy for people. It really isn't. He hasn't shown it. But it's a selective empathy, maybe, to cover his bases, perhaps, so he doesn't look like a fucking idiot. Perhaps. But, yeah, I mean, you're not going to catch me being charitable to one of the most uncharitable, unempathetic people on the interwebs. That's just how it goes. But we had a random account go ahead and actually ask Deorio this question. Overall, who do you think fucked up most in this incident? Who's at fault and who's in the right? So who does the whale think is at fault, who's in the right? To where it's complete burial of Destiny now. It's 100% okay to bury Stephen Benelli. And the whale of commentary is going to do just that. Nick, don't strike this video again. For the love of God. Come on, don't be a pussy. That's not very Jim Medicare of you. So, Nick Deorio says, Destiny has confessed to distributing a trusted friend's sex tape to a random e-whore online. I think that should be career ending, and I question everyone who continued a business relationship with him knowing this. So Deorio wants you to pardon all his sins, of knowing all the other bullshit or not knowing anything about Destiny, but still giving him the absolute benefit of the doubt, even though all the signs that Destiny was not to be trusted were already there. But now that an actual fucking crime has been committed, now all of a sudden it's time to, well, you see here. Oh my God. I saw Deorio try to make this point as well by using, I believe, Pixie herself as the way to say, basically, President Sunday did not care about Pixie, and this was all to burn Destiny. So again, I guess Deorio's trying to, maybe bury President Sunday while also making himself look good and giving a little bit of like credibility to his angle. Yeah, like the Deorio angle. The only problem with this is that Deorio has done similar things. If this is what you're saying President Sunday has done, do something as reprehensible as take morality out of the situation in order to get at his person that he doesn't like, right? The enemy, so to speak. Deorio, you did that like a year ago, or was it 2 years? It literally has not even been 5 years that you did this again, right? And I don't even like the person, right? I don't even like the person you did this to. In fact, I probably was one of the stupid orbiters that, well, I wasn't an orbiter. I'm an actually playable character. But I was one of the people, along with your stupid little orbiter friends, that were liking your tweets because I didn't like this person. But here are the facts, brother. You did this to another person's family member. Like, you didn't care. This is what I mean. You are the most unempathetic person ever. You have been, like, again, like, I don't like Technicals, the YouTuber. I don't like his brother, Pixel Drink. But these are facts, Nick. These are facts. They are latched on to your character. And a 28-year-old man like you does not change his stripes like that. Okay, you might have your children fan base fooled. You might have your army of tipster-minded people fooled. You ain't got me fooled, pal, and you ain't got the centers or the Senny squad. You may have the numbers on your side, Deorio, but I guarantee to you, you are not, and they are not as capable as the Senny squad. So, that being said, my round friend, again, it's just one of these things where you're just burying Destiny now because it's time and it's convenient. Is that not what you said about Mama Max in the past too? You might have not said it in those words, but you know what you're doing. You nefarious, a little round man. Where this person says, about the same as you, I think I'm focused on more Destiny's almost unwillingness to actually respond to this and basically locking down the subreddit. Sounds more malicious than stupid in my eyes, but he can now join the polypathetic losers where Boblax currently is, I guess. So let me get this straight. Boblax, came out as a troon, or got his OnlyFans leaked and was exposed as a troon and quote-unquote lied, and that is somehow on the same level as Destiny, the Revenge Prawn distributor. This is the intellect of a Nicholas Deorio fan. I am going to prove this point again. Anytime I can, I will prove this point to you. Why do you look down on Deorio's fan base? Why do you call them an army of children and tipsters? This is the reason why. This person is accumulating, new word, new phrase, pal. Having an embarrassing OnlyFans leaked from a troon to spreading Revenge Prawn. A fucking idiot, but I would expect nothing less than the typical Nick Deorio fan. So as we continue on here, moving on to the Sherry person, I had read this partially. I read the first paragraph or sentence. It is really a sentence. It kind of looks like a paragraph because of, the way this is formed. But let's go over. Let's reread it, okay? So Sherry, now that we got more information, pal. Sherry says Destiny has blocked me and banned me and people supporting me from his community. I've not done anything besides ask him for an explanation, as I was assured this was something he didn't do to me. When I wasn't given one privately, I spoke publicly. I'm not involved in any lawsuit or coordinating with anyone seeking justice due to leaks in November. Though they have had my empathy and support in their efforts, it is only yesterday I became aware that Destiny had recorded me while we had coitus. Let's call it coitus. Without my consent, and with no regards for me, also shared that recording to others. Oh yeah, dude, this is totally this is totally the pal of losers like Boblax. Yeah, this is the equivalent. I'm a Nick Deorio fan. I'm gonna equivalent that. So you guys are the bottom of the barrel, dude. Fucking Boblax deserves to exist before you people. Because your only role is to give Deorio any leg to stand on. Alright? Ugh. And he needs double stools, my dudes, okay? Anyway, 2 women now have let me know they've received sexual recordings taken of me in September 2023 without my consent. I thank them so much for their concern for me. No amount of public humiliation will ever make me regret being made aware of what was done to me. I will be filing police reports and pressing charges. So another crime committed, basically. Jesus, like this is pathetic. It is absolutely pathetic that Destiny got away with this for so long. You know, some people just call this Kino. You know, some people say this is an uproar. I'm kind of down in the middle of it. Like, it is fucking hilarious to see Deorio and his network of pals, which, you know, involved the lower brass like Lyric, Xylee, and Chrissy Poo, Chris the Narc, who he will make a big deal out of much less, like Salvo, quote unquote, doxing him. You know, oh my god, I got doxed. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I got doxed. Wait, it's not my actual name or fucking phone number? I don't care. I got doxed. Time to stalk Salvo in a group chat with Nick Deorio, Waby Websurf, Xylee, Keemstar, etc., etc. Oh, Chrissy Poo. Chris the Narc. Go back to playing victim. It's what you're good at. Anyway, the point is, these people scramble and scramble and scramble to look like the good guys even to this day. But again, the main point here being Deorio will look for self-preservation, and so will his little lackeys before actual truth. All right, what they preach to the high heavens for, truth and justice, which is why we need to destroy Dogpack and anybody that goes after Jimmy, right? Truth and justice is a fucking lie when it comes to these people. Never believe their grift, never believe their bullshit, because they will just bullshit you. I give you the alternative. Go to Kiwi Farms and read those. I mean, I'll stand by this again. The average fucking shit poster probably has more truth in them than the average fucking grifter in Nick Deorio's network, which was originally Keemstar's, which is hilarious now that, like, Keem's getting older. A blimp has taken over. Oh yeah, I'm a poet, and I didn't even know it. So we got, let's hear some of the beautiful thoughts of people over here, the lovely people. As first said, what's the deal with liberal men constantly abusing women? That's not actually very true. We got John De La Rose, JDA, the Xylee Gets Real of the anti-SJWs that abused his wife. So there's that. You know, this is just fake news. Okay, it's just fake news. There's no shot Destiny recorded you without consent. I can understand the other shit, but Pixie made no mention of being recorded. So we got a coper here. Unfortunately, I hate to break it to you. Here's a cope. You want to see me break a cope live in 4K, brothers? Okay, here's the cope in question, the Destiny dick sucker. All right, right here. Oh my god, Moby Nick himself for self-preservation, selling him out. That's tough. That's tough. I love it when idiots I don't like overall, like, they contradict each other, they battle each other, they destroy each other. It's the most beautiful thing ever. That's why when there was like the mini anti-SJW war, you know, it was beautiful to see, right? People like wake up, you know, especially the weebs, to how they were being deceived by Melanie Mac and, you know, Razor Bitch and all those people, right? I thought that the funniest thing also was like people like the Quarter Pounder and even like Flash and Tug were like, why am I getting tagged? You know, this is a little bit off topic, but maybe because you cause a ruckus about much less sometimes for your own profit and business. Maybe that's why, you know, again, it's very easy to be honest on the internet if you are a shit talker like me and you don't work for the corporate brass of YouTube, right? However, I guess if you work for the corporate brass, from the little time that I was able to be graced with that, see the inner working, so to speak, I guess it becomes a little more tricky to navigate that. I don't care if anybody takes this as a shot or something. We're not friends, pal. And hey, if you get mad at me, that just means another fucking person to light up on a regular. More content, baby. All right. I've been burned one too many times, backstabbed one too many times for this to continue. As I've said before, over and over and over again, we're going to do it with the Centers and the Seni Squad and the small army, the small but loyal and capable army we can assemble until my dying breath. That is my oath to you, the people. So, that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little update. Let me know what you think. Send a like and share it. You know what to do, etc., etc. And I'll catch you on the Friday stream. So you're going to be going over all this, a little more pizzazz or whatever there. We're going to look at some kiwi shit. Look at a lot of good stuff overall. Anyway, guys, appreciate you. Have a good rest of your day wherever you are. And remember, don't be a rebart.